adder's floor, and blindworm's sting, lizard's leg, and howlet's wing, for a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell-brought boil and bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulf. Of the ravine, salt sea shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark, liver of blaspheming Jew, gall of goat, and slips of yew. Slivered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips, finger of birth-strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab, make the gruel thick and slab. Add here too a tiger's chaudron, for the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Cool it with the baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good. By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags? What is't you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you by which you profess. How are you come to know it? Answer me. Though you unite the winds and let them fight against the churches, though the easy waves confound and swallow navigation up, though bladed corn be lodged and trees blown down, though castles topple on their waiters' heads, though palaces and pyramids do slope to their foundations, though the treasure of nature's germ and tumble all together, even till destruction sicken, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak! Demand!
Real answer.
See if they had us rather hear it from our mouths than from our masters.
Call him. Let me see him.
Foreign sow's blood that hath eaten her 9 grease that's went through the murderous gibbet, thrown into the flame. Come high or low, thyself in office deftly show. Macbeth! Macbeth! Boy Macduff! Boy the Thane of Fife! Dismiss me! Enough!
Whatever thou art, for thy good caution thanks, thou hast heart my fear right. But, one word more.
He shall not be commanded. Here's another more potent than the first.
Macbeth! Macbeth! Macbeth!
Had I 3 years, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man. For none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff, what I fear of thee. But I'll make assurance, double sure, and take a bond of fate thou shalt not live. And yet tell my pale-hearted fear it lies in sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, and wears his paw on his baby brow, the round and top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it. Be lion mettled, proud, and take no care. Who chafes, who frets, or where conspires are. Macbeth shall never vanquish, be until great Birnam Wood, till high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest? Bid the tree, unfix this earthbound root. Sweet botanist good, rebellious dead, rise never to the wood of Burnham rise. And our high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, to pay his breath in time immortal custom. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing more. Shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
Okay, just a couple more scenes. We have now the undoing of Lady Macbeth. She is suffering in her sleep.
I have 2 nights' watch with you, but can receive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went in the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, thrown her knife in upon her, unlocked her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it. and again return to bed, and all this while in most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature, to receive at once the benefits of sleep and do the effects of walking. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other active performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That sort shall not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo you, here she comes. This is her guise, and upon my life fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
How came she by that light?
She has the life I have continued. Is her command.
You see her eyes are open.
I, with her sense of shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her to continue in this quarter of an hour.
Yet here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strong.
Out, damn spot, out, I say. 1, 2. Why then, 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier and a feared? What need we fear? Who knows it, when none can call our power to account? Yet who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What, will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar all with this starting.
Go to, go to. You have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she has done.
Here's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
What a size there. The heart sorely charged.
I would not have a heart in my bones when they relieve the whole body.
Well, well, well.
Pray God of thee, sir.
This disease is beyond my practice, yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep, who have died wholly in their beds.
Wash your hands, put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried. He cannot come out on his grave.
Even so?
To bed, to bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come, 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 come. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their death pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. God, God forgive us all. Look after her, remove from her the means of all annoyance, and still keep eyes upon her. So good night. My mind she has made it, and amaze my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, Macbeth.
Okay, our final scene, well, segment of a few little scenes. Basically, Malcolm, Duncan's son, is going to attack with the help of the English army seaward, and Macbeth stands in his castle at Dunsinane, and the final clash ensues between Macduff and Macbeth.
Near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them. Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before them. Thereby shall we shout at the numbers of our host and make discovery ere in report of us. That way are they coming.
Who knows if Donald didn't be with his brother?
For certain, sir, he is not. I have a file of all the gentry. There is Seward's son, along with many unrough youths who even now contest their first to manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say is mad, others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury. But for certain he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murders sticking on his hands? Now minutely revolts a parade his faith's breach? Those he commands, move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him, like a giant's robe upon a dwarvish thief?
Who then shall blame his pestered senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there?
Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly wheel, and with him pour we in our country's purge, each drop of us.
Or so much as it needs to do the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march towards burning.
My lord, bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. Till Burnham Wood removed to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. Then fly, false thane, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear will not sag with doubt nor shake with fear. I will not be afraid of death and bane till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane.
They come! They come!
Hang out our banners on the outward wall. The cry is still they come. Our castle's strength will laugh us siege to scorn. Here let them lie, till famine and the ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we might have led them tearful beard to beard and beat them backward home. What is that noise?
It is the cry of women, my good lord.
I have almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. And my fellow pair would that dismal treatise rouse and stir as life were in it. I have supped full with horrors, direness, familiar to my slaughter's thought, cannot once start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Using this petty pace from day to day. To the last syllable of recorded time. In all our yesterdays have lighted fools. The way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets its hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Gracious, my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well say, sir.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Lion slave!
Let me endure your wrath if it not be so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming, I say, a moving grove.
If thou speakest false upon the next street, shalt thou hang alive till famine leave thee. Thy speech be soft, I care not if thou dost for me as much. I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the theme. It lies like truth. Fear not till Burnham Wood come to Dunsinane, and now a wood comes towards Dunsinane. Arm, arm, and out! This which he evokes does appear. There is no flying hence, nor tearing here. I begin to be weary of the sun and wish the estate of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell! Blow wind, come rack. At least we'll die with harness on our back.
lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and we shall take upon what else remains to do, according to our order.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight. Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath. Their clamorous harborings of blood and death. Huzzah!
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but Bearlike, I must fight the course. What's he that's not of woman born? Am I to fear or none?
What is thy name?
Thou wouldst be afraid to hear it.
Know though thou call thyself a harder name than any's in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself cannot pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou liest, a horrid tyrant. With my sword, I'll prove thou liest. Speak it!
Thou wast born of woman, but swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by a man that's of woman born.
That way the noise is. Tyrant! Show thy face! If thou beast is slain, with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns, whose arms I hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or us, my sword with an unbattered edge, I sheathe again undeeded. There thou shouldst be, by this great clatter of the greatest note. Fortune, let me find him, and more I beg not.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword? Whilst I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is too much charged with the blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword, thou bloodier villain, than terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labor, as easy mayest thou the entrenchant air. With thy keen sword impresses make me bleed. Let thy blade fall on vulnerable crests. Thou opposed...
I bear a charmed life.
I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one of woman born.
Despair thy charm, and tell the angel whom thou still hast served. Tell thee Macduff was from his mother's womb, untimely ripped.
Accursed be that tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. And be these juggling fiends no more believed, that palter with us in a double sense, and keep the word of promise to our ear, and break it to our hope. I will not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze of the times. We'll have thee as our rare monsters are painted upon a pole, and under it, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the rabble's curse. Through Burnham would become to Dunsandane. Thou opposed, being of no woman born, yet I shall try the last. Before my body I will throw my warlike shields. Lay on, Macduff, and damned be he that first cries, hold! Enough!
All hail, King, for so thou art. Behold where stand the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. I see thy compass with thy kingdom's pearl, who speak their salutations in their minds, whose voices I desire loud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expensive time before we reckon with your several loves, and make us even with you, my thanes and kingsmen. Henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland, in such an honored name. What's more to do, which would be planted newly with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad, that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who, as 'tis thought by self and violent hands, took off her life. This, and what needful else, that call upon us by the grace of grace, we will perform and measure time and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
For coming. Robotics starts right now downstairs in Russ's room. Thank you so much.